Hello 20-somethings, it's Friday, so here I am to talk to you about my favorite TV shows. Recently, a show has become really popular and I managed to go and start watching that show. It's on Netflix, it's called Stranger Things, you've probably heard of it. And I'm not a big horror person, I can't do horror, but I'd say this is more of a sci-fi with some jump scares type thing. And it's one of my favorite shows now. It's centered around some young children who are the main characters, which I think is super fascinating that most TV shows have like adult or teenage main characters, but this one's centered around young teenagers, 10, 12, that age range. I can't remember exactly how old they are. And just some spooky things start happening. One kid goes missing, another kid magically shows up that they haven't seen before, and it's just super fascinating and super fun. My other favorite TV shows are Doctor Who and Sherlock. And Doctor Who, classic, goes way back. I even have a creepy little weeping angel that one of my friends got me, and for a while people kept moving it around my room, which I did not like very much because it's a weeping angel. You do not want it moving around your room. Basically, every time you blink is when they move, and when they touch you, they send you back in time. So they aren't exactly a I'm going to kill you kind of monster, but they're pretty dang freaky. They can make the lights blink every time you can't see them, and the lights go dim. They move towards you, so flashing lights, they move only when the dark parts. It's just very creepy. Sherlock, I like the British Sherlock. I'm not talking about like the American Sherlock with the female Watson, and I haven't even watched that show. It just seems wrong to me. I'm a fan of the classic Sherlock, so I own a collection book that has all of the Sherlock stories in it. I haven't read through all of it, but I have read through some of the stories. And I also, as I mentioned before, really like anime. And so one of the animes I consider the most life-wrecking, life-ruining, most destroying is Madoka Magica. So if you know anime, you know about magical girl as a genre. It's usually 10-year-old children who have magical powers and can turn into little magic princesses and go and save the world and defeat the bad guys. So this anime takes that concept and twists it into something much, much darker. I originally watched it on Netflix, and I just read the brief description, thought, oh, that'll be cute, that's something mind-numbing I can watch, not really fully pay attention to while I do other stuff. I was completely wrong. Around episode 3, everything went downhill extremely quickly. There were mental breakdowns, people screaming, people trying to kill each other. So I looked up Madoka Magica on Wikipedia to find out what the genre was, and I found out the genre was magical girl, dark fantasy, horror. So as I mentioned, animes and Madoka Magica, there's so many animes that I just really like, and there's so many unique elements that you can add into animes that are just really high production or really difficult to do in a real life type TV show that I just can't address all of the fantastic animes that are out there and all of the ones that I love or am currently watching. And I hope to see you all next week, and I hope you all have a good week until then.